every one of us can just pick up the phone and call a friend. Every one of us can send a text and say, hey, you want to go to lunch and vote? You know, every one of us can call a friend and say, hey, I know you've been having trouble getting out. Can I give you a ride over to the polls?
We came to make a change.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to How to Not Lose Your Shit. I'm Katie Paris, and I'm the founder of Red Wine and Blue.
And I'm LaFonda Cousin, a part-time yoga instructor, self-care advocate, and the chief people officer here at Red Wine and Blue.
In a few minutes, we are going to get to hear LaFonda's conversation with a mom in Virginia named Andrea. She's amazing. And she went from thinking that she, quote, hated politics to leading a Red Wine and Blue TroubleNation local group in her town called Childless Cat Ladies. We have some important elections coming up next week. That's November 4th, 53,000 open seats, local elections all over the country. And Virginia has got some especially important races. So I am super excited for your conversation with Andrea. Thanks for holding down the fort without me.
Well, you had a lot going on, so I was happy to do it. And my conversation with Andrea was great. I was glad that I got to talk to her. She was amazing. And I love the name Childless Cat Ladies. So I got to learn a little bit about her TroubleNation group and how it's grown.
The names of these local groups all across the country just give
They're
me life.
so fun.
I think we should have a rule that we only interview the ones with excellent,
with really great names.
Exactly.
And I want to know how they come up with these. I feel like I'm not that creative.
You are creative. You always say that.
No, when I see these names, I'm like, who came up with these names? They're always so good. They're so good.
You're going to create a TroubleNation group one of these days, LaFonda, and I cannot wait to hear what's going to be called. I'm going to be flying to Dallas for the launch.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be great. I do appreciate you covering the interview solo. We did have a death in my family, my husband's dear beloved uncle. And so we skedaddled off to Boston to be with family and celebrate his life. And it was hard and beautiful. And as hard as his end of life was, I'm incredibly grateful that he had access to good medical care. And he actually was a doctor himself and trained thousands of people in nephrology. And I am so grateful for that expertise. And it also feels like I'm going to lose my shit when I think about how many fewer people could have access to affordable, quality healthcare given these cuts that are on the line to premiums for healthcare insurance through the Affordable Care Act that, you know, the government is shut down over. Like, can we just please get this done? It shouldn't be that hard. It's basic healthcare. And meanwhile, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we have an administration that has been chopping and chopping and chopping from breast cancer research. And LaFonda, it's almost a year since I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Right.
So I'm thinking about, this has been a different Breast Cancer Awareness Month for me than I've ever experienced before. It does feel personal. These cuts feel personal. The experience that I had of getting diagnosed at stage 1, being able to have successful surgery and radiation and now hormone therapy, my entire experience and how successful it was based on the fact that there has been years and years of research that made my surgery shorter. My radiation treatment was able to be more focused based on the latest research.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they are not only cutting the funding for this research, but at the same time saying, oh my gosh, why are breast cancer rates, going up? It's a good thing, actually, that we're having more breast cancer diagnoses. That means we're having more awareness and screening. And the more breast cancer you catch early, the better chance you have of getting rid of it.
And didn't you know what to ask? Didn't you know what tests to ask for?
Well, the only reason why I knew what test to ask for is because I listened to a podcast that indicated that women who have extremely dense breast tissue need more screening than a mammogram. I found out that because I have extremely dense breast tissue, the mammograms, the 3D mammograms I was getting that I thought would be enough were not. And so just, got the young kids, and just to be safe, I'd never asked for an extra test in my life. I decided to ask for this one. I thought I was just doing that to be safe, but then I did get a call 2 days after the 2024 election, actually, to let me know that I did have breast cancer. But I was stage 1. There's no way this would have been detected, I've been told, likely for years, had I not gotten that MRI. There's so much that we need to do to advocate for ourselves. We know that. And I learned that in a bigger way than I ever thought I would need to. I mean, I don't know if LaFonda, if you've heard me do it, but you know how I love to ask any old stranger. So do you know your breast density?
Do you know your breast density? It's because of you that I actually asked at my last mammogram. I was like, does this show my breast density? And she was like, yeah, you've never asked that before, but I did ask that question because of you.
I have a lot of women texting me these days their breast density. I am telling you, the text chats about breast density are on fire.
You never thought you would be the single person that people sent their breast density results to.
Send them all day. I will look at your mammogram report. We will see if you are heterogeneously dense or extremely dense and what we are going to do next. I learned in the past week that 39% of women are not even aware of these breast cancer research cuts.
Really?
So when I think about the lack of awareness we all generally have about basic things like our breast density, which, we really could be educated on
For sure.
from at a much earlier point, and just our primary care doctors making sure we know about all this stuff, whoever does our mammogram better informing us. It shouldn't have to be this hard.
I mean, it's not just the cuts to research, but it's the increased cost to healthcare premiums. People don't have what they need all the way around. And so that's enough to piss off anybody, right? What I see is people just struggling to understand how they are going to make it to the next day, the next week, the next month, right? Like, am I going to get a paycheck? Am I not going to get a paycheck? We're going into the holiday season, right? Like, we've got Thanksgiving coming up. We've got Christmas and Hanukkah coming. We've got all of these things coming up, and people are worried about their regular lives. So when you're talking about, just self-care in general, self-care starts to feel like right now, just everyday, day-to-day care. Waking up in the morning with stress on your mind about what today looks like. If you've got children, how I'm going to think about how I'm going to feed those children, what my bills look like, who I have to call to get an extension on lights or credit cards or whatever. That is a very, very stressful place to live in. And when you think about why we are sitting in a government shutdown, and it's because of something that should feel so important to everyone who's involved in the government shutdown, it's like, why are we here on day, whatever. Access to affordable health care should not be the reason we are sitting in the government shutdown. And it should not be the reason that people are waking up every day trying to figure out how they're going to live and afford their lives for the next day, the next week, the next month, going into a holiday season or going into, it just feels so heavy. And I know that I've got friends that are impacted, whether they have kids or not. It feels hard to think about what they're going through. And there are a lot of places right now that are taking donations. I know that our team talks a lot about mutual aid and what you can do to contribute to your community or do things to help out. And I love seeing communities come together in that way. I think that's the beauty of moments like these. You get to see people come together, but it is really, really hard knowing that people are waking up and going to sleep every day, just trying to figure out how they're going to make it.
Okay, I need you to rewind because I think that you might have dropped a truth bomb. Survival is the first step of self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Unravel this for me. I think so often people think like, I'm just in survival mode. What are you talking about? Self-care.
You hear it on planes. You have to put on your mask before you can help someone else. Like, if you're not breathing, If you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of others. And so self-care I think we overcomplicate it a lot of the time. We want it to be like this really big mysterious thing, or we want it to be like this really big sort of, I don't know, sparkly thing. That's the word that's coming to my mind.
Mhm.
This really big, like shiny,
Yeah.
sparkly thing. And in moments like these, it really can just be survival. It really can just be waking up and saying, what do I need to put one foot in front of the other today to make it through today? Who can I lean on to get me through today? Who can I call that can get me through today so I don't crumble,
Yeah.
so I don't spiral? What is the one win that I need, whether it's to call, American Express and they tell me I can have an extension, or it's, you know what I mean? Like, what is the thing that I need to survive today? That is my self-care.
That's beautiful.
All right, now we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll have my conversation with Andrea Pollack. Extremists tried to brand No Kings as hate America rallies, but they couldn't have been more wrong. Red, Wine, and Blue is hosting a Love America rally this week to keep that momentum going into the election, and we'll be joined by Heather Cox Richardson. The online event is this evening, Wednesday, October 29th at 7:30 Eastern. And if you can't make it tonight, you can watch the recording later on our YouTube channel. You can learn more and RSVP by clicking the link in the show notes. Today, we are joined by Andrea, a mom who leads a TroubleNation group in Virginia called Childless Cat Ladies. Welcome to the podcast, Andrea.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
I love the name, NoVA Childless Cat Ladies. What inspired that name?
Right. So almost a year and a half ago, last July, right when we were getting ready to form a little postcard group, that was when J.D. Vance sort of famously recorded saying that people who didn't have children, as he called us, childless cat ladies, may be less deserving of the vote than others. And, that he was really pushing for an idea where some people ought to get 4 votes because they have children and they have more of an investment in the country, was his idea. And I just thought, wow, he was clearly being provocative. And I thought, well, I can be provocative too. So it was definitely meant to be bitchy, definitely meant to clap back. I think about that zebras, they say they're black and white so that when they're in a mass, you can't tell one animal from all the others. So if we all sort of stand next to that scapegoated group, if we all come together next to them, nobody really knows who's what. You don't know if I have a cat. You don't know if I have children. It's none of your business anyway, but we're all here together. You're going to tell us all we're deserving of less votes than the next person? Come on.
Yep. No one American's vote should mean more than the other. And I personally love anytime there is a dig at JD Vance. Like, that's one of my favorite things happening in the world right now. I'd love to hear a little bit about your group, your journey, your group's journey, because you said that you hate politics.
Yeah.
And also same. So now you're here. You're leading a TroubleNation group. You're talking about politics with this TroubleNation group. You're getting people moved and active. How did that happen? How did you get to this place?
Yeah. So it was leading into that last summer. I found that everyone around me was so disengaged and still tired out from last time they were dealing with Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And people just couldn't face the idea of having to fight, rev up to that level of energy again. And I try to bring it up because I was moving for, I think we got to do something, guys, and I was getting, Andrea, I can't, and I just started to, I felt like I was running through the castle and knocking on the doors, trying to wake up the sleeping court. I didn't know much about politics. I really never cared for politics. What I saw as a lay person was just a lot of people not very nice to each other. Just, what you see of a campaign. And it turned me off. And I think it probably turns a lot of people off.
Yep.
But then when I look back, I remember even years before that, there was a race here in Virginia where there was a tie, an actual tie in the number of votes the two candidates got. And I read about what they were going to do about it. And they said that the law was that the two names would each be placed into separate film canisters. And the film canisters would be closed and put into a bowl and swirled around. And then somebody had the job of pulling one film canister out, opening it, and revealing who would be the winner. And I just thought that was bananas.
Like a random drawing at a carnival, essentially.
Yeah. And it made me start to listen up. Well, one vote definitely counts. If we're down to film canisters, one vote definitely counts. So let's get them. Let's round them up,
So you took that opportunity to pull a group together to get people going and active. And here you are today with the TroubleNation group. How many people are in your TroubleNation group, Andrea?
It's, I think, a little over 150.
That's amazing. That's a lot of people to get active.
It's a lot of people because we were just a postcard group, right? At the time, the only action politically I really knew how to take. Well, I tried just saying, hey, guys, we got to talk about this. And that wasn't working. So I was like, well, I can do something. So I started to send out letters to my loved ones. And the list of loved ones turned into, almost 100 people. I was like, if you know me, you're going to hear from me. And I would just suggest, maybe you could try this. Have you ever done this? Maybe you want to try that text banking. Have you done it? Have you tried this? And, before I knew it, I was hearing from people that said, Andrea, I never did any of this stuff, but I did some ballot curing this year. And, I went and I participated and I was a poll greeter this year and started to hear from people about that. So I just carried that into the group as well.
I love it. So our motto since last year, since last year's election has been, when they go low, we go local. And Virginia has some important local races coming up. What would you say to women who might even be just like yourself, who don't consider themselves political, might even say, I just don't like the political landscape. It just feels so divisive, all of those things. But they want to make a difference. They see what's happening and they want to do something between now and next week, November 4th. But they don't know where to start. What would you say to those people?
Just ask. Gosh. Just ask somebody that's doing something. If you don't know, if you're not already doing something, ask somebody. I didn't know any of the stuff that we could do. And now I'm like arranging protest events that are really large. So I think we can all do a lot more than we give ourselves credit for. But every one of us can just pick up the phone and call a friend. Every one of us can send a text and say, hey, you want to go to lunch and vote? Every one of us can call a friend and say, hey, I know you've been having trouble getting out. Can I give you a ride over to the polls? And if a person doesn't know a lot about the candidates and is intimidated by the amount of information that's out there, I say, as I mentioned before, I did not like politics because it seemed like it was a business of professionally being mean to each other. And I didn't see, well, what are you guys doing here? But if someone's already been in an office of any kind, you can just look and see what they did or what they didn't do. There's a lot of talk in Virginia about our attorney general race right now. And we get to choose, one guy is already in that role. He's already just served a couple of years as attorney general for Virginia. We can all look and see, well, did he fight back against overreach of our government? Did he push back about cuts to Medicaid? Just really looking at their record. And, it's the internet's right there for you. You can check a few different sources.
Yeah.
You can see what's out there.
Yeah.
His website, he actually looks like a really reasonable guy from his website.
Yeah. Do your own research, do a little digging. We talk a lot about in these spaces where it feels like you don't know where you fit in this world of politics. And like, maybe I'm not the protest girl. Maybe I'm not like the stand out and scream and hold a sign, like finding your place in the village. And I think people find a lot of times when they run into people like you, Andrea, who are like reaching out and being like, this is the thing that you can do. Yeah, I think it's important to find your place in the village, especially right now where everything feels so critical. So I love that you have this group that's growing and helping people find really what's their place in the village.
I love it too. I can't believe what it's turned into. It's just lovely, really. And we are a half hour west of Washington, D.C.
Hmm.
We have members who are employees of the government. We have people who have not gotten a paycheck lately. We have people who had to go to work and not get a paycheck.
Hmm.
We have people who are forbidden from having a public face, having an opinion politically because they could lose their jobs. And I tell them, we just have to, I guess as leaders, we just have to find out, what do you need me to know about you?
That's so good. What should I know about you? That's so good. I love that question. As people come in, I love that question so much because it's not just, what are you doing that's helping everything else? It's also what can we do that helps you help everyone else? It's getting to know the people and the heart of people. I love that question so much. Andrea, before you joined us, we talked about healthcare and how healthcare is being defunded in this country, especially in remote rural areas. And I know that your mom lives in rural New York. How do you think that this will impact her?
It's gonna. Many rural places throughout America, really, they lack industry. And as a result, they have a disproportionate population of elderly people. So people who are older, they're disproportionately Medicaid recipients. So the hospitals that those people go to are getting smaller fees for their services and often running just really slim margins or else below. And that's the case where my mom is. Oh my goodness, last summer, 2024, came out of the hospital. She had a list of, now she was getting better. She had a list of things she needed to take care of. And we'd been wanting her to follow through with these doctors' recommendations for a long time. She has emphysema. And she said, you're right. You guys are right. And I need to see a pulmonologist. I need to get on oxygen. I need to take care. I have no energy without oxygen in me. And so we said, yes, let's do it. Let's get it done, and it was August and the next available appointment was in February. 6 months wait to be a new patient for a medical specialist that makes it so you can breathe,
Yeah,
right?
that's wild.
It is wild. It really is wild. And so, February in the Catskills, you might imagine it snowed that day. Now she's on another wait list. It's 2025. She hasn't had that appointment yet. It's now scheduled for February of 2026.
How is this even possible?
Right. Everyone in the entire community, now they are smaller populations, but everyone in the community that needs that specialist care is in a wait list to see that doctor one day. Of course, it's going to be months away. What'll happen when those cuts take hold in New York near my mom? And, when she was in the hospital this spring, I remember I was reading about the SAVE Act and I was like, oh God, they just passed in the House. And she was listening while I was reading the news. And I said, the other thing they want to do, I said, they want to cut back Medicaid. And I said, do you know what that means? That means this hospital that you're sitting in right now, this could go.
Yeah, that actually is like all of that. Just, it's infuriating. It's heartbreaking. It's just insane the amount of hoops and red tape that people have to go through in order to get the medical care that they need. So, one, I'm sorry that your mom is having to go through that and that you have to also be a part of like making sure that she gets the medical care that she needs. And it's taxing physically, I'm sure, but also mentally. And so you've got this TroubleNation group. You're also dealing with these things personally. And all of that takes a toll physically, emotionally, all of those things. And on this podcast, we talk a lot about the ability to balance both activism and self-care. Andrea, how do you find that balance between activism and self-care? And it sounds like personal life and self-care, because we know that it's important to be able to do that in order to keep moving forward, in order to keep finding the energy to do all of the things that you're doing, both personally and the work that you're doing in Virginia.
Yeah. I'd love to tell you that I've got this all figured out. And here's
No
how
one
I do
does.
it.
No one does. We're not expecting that answer. And if you do, please tell us.
You know what I do? I have this group of people,
Mm-hmm.
because they're not just names on a list. This group of people, they remind me.
Mm-hmm.
And, because they're like, I see what time your emails are getting sent, Andrea.
Yeah.
Are you getting a break? And they're reminding me. I'm going away this weekend with my husband and my son. And I definitely had some plans related to our activism for this Saturday. And I decided to just cancel and not even feel just, I'm sorry I have to cancel, and not carry guilt over it. Just, that's fine. You know what? I'm going to go do this instead because I actually need to refill my cup,
I love a community that holds us accountable to taking care of ourselves. That is
Yeah.
really, really important.
Yeah. But I think that when you invest yourself, people know you're investing yourself. They see it and they look after you as well. I'm looking after them, they're looking after me. And it happens in my work too. I'm a small business owner and I care a lot about my clients. I take care of them. And every so often I'll say, oh, actually, I need to cancel this one. They're like, Andrea, please go.
Please cancel on
Take
us.
it.
Please.
You know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love a community that will remind us that taking care of ourselves is important, because we take care of so many other things. And it sounds like you have so many things on your plate. You are helping move work forward in Virginia. So we are appreciative of that. You are running a business. You are doing all of the things that we say women do all day, every day to keep this world and our democracy running. So we appreciate that. And you took the time to come and be on our podcast today. So you added one more thing to your plate. And I personally appreciate it. We appreciate you being here with us today. So thank you so very, very much.
Thank you. It's been really nice to talk to you.
Thanks to everyone out there for listening today. Before we go, we want to leave you with our self-care tip of the week. All right, LaFonda, bring it.
All right. So I think this week's self-care tip of the week is going to be to find your person that helps you not lose your shit. Identify your person that you call to help you put one foot in front of the other. If you are waking up today and you just need to make it through the day, like, who is your person that you are going to call that helps you not crumble? Identify that person. Let them know that they're your person.
Was it your sister for you this week?
That's most weeks for me. It's my sister.
Same. Let's give them a shout out right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We love y'all.
Hey, Crystal, I'm going to call you so I don't crumble.
Hey, Carly, love you. Thanks for answering our phone calls any hour of the day or night.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
All right. This podcast and all the work we do at Red, Wine, and Blue is about building community. We'd love it if you could share the show with someone you know so we can all lose our shit just a little bit less. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
How to Not Lose Your Shit is a podcast from Red, Wine, and Blue. It's hosted by Katie Paris and LaFonda Cousin and produced by Amy Thorstensen. To learn more about Red, Wine, and Blue, you can find us on social media, on the Red, Wine, and Blue app, or on our website at redwine.blue.
Look around, there's something going down, but we're looking up. No matter how they try to take us down, we're gonna keep it up. We move with confidence, we're making a difference wherever we are. Good trouble is not too far. We've got the fire, we've got the grit, through the thick of it. So powerful we are. to make a change. We came to make a change.